Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This is going to be your stock watch list and market talk for the 27th of March, Wednesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the crazy action that went around here today in the markets. Hunt, Hunt. This stock was a $10 stock and got as high as over $100 today on Hunt. It is a shipper. Shippers just are going nuts in the after hours. SHIP. We happen to catch GLBS for a couple of trades in the after hours tonight. Another shipper. ESEA is another one that we're in currently right now, moving up a little bit on SE. DCIX is perking up a little bit in the after hours, but HUNT was the big mover today. Now, I didn't trade HUNT. It had huge spreads in it, $5 to $10 spreads. There was another shipper, CTRM. This thing was at $4 today. Currently in the after hours, it is trading $17 in the after hours. So shippers gone wild here in the after hours tonight. We are trading them at the service at Zozo StockWatch, mostly the GLBS. Let's check PXS. That is another shipper perking up, not like the other ones though. Hunt kind of started it all. I couldn't believe this thing got halted about 10 times during the intraday today on HUNT. It was just impossible to intraday play, at least for me. I can't call it in a service when a stock has, $5 and $10 spreads in it, but we were playing the other ones, and we were playing this GLBS in the after hours. So a lot of crazy moves in the shippers. Just wanted to point that out real fast. Let's get into the regular routine here real fast. I'm not going to dwell on all this stuff too much, but the regional banks were up today, 2.45%. IBB coming back a little bit, up 1.86%. USO, the API numbers came out after the bell tonight. And it's kind of doing a lot of nothing in the after hours on USO. Let me bring over the trade exchange news box real fast. I'll give you the numbers on the API that came out. Here it is. It was a build of 1.93 million barrels for USO for the API crude oil data. So not too much going on in oil USO this evening. We'll go through some of the earnings. Then I'll go back to the indexes since I have the box from Trade Exchange News Service here right now. So a lot of crazy action, like I said, in those shippers. A lot of reversals today in stuff. The market kind of trailed off towards the end of the day. Look at this move in Apple moving down. Amazon, I believe, doing the same thing. Yeah, Amazon was kind of fading off here. Google also fading off into the close. Facebook fading off into the close. They kind of grabbed themselves here and pushed it back up a little bit on Facebook. Let's see, Twitter, when I looked at it, was doing the same thing. Yeah, so, if you were trading with us. We jumped in, Twitter at the break of $33.10. We took two trades on this thing today, and it popped all the way up to 33.75. The first trade was fast, then I traded it again. So we called this two times in the service at Zozo Stockwatch today, and we got some really nice trades out of Twitter. But as you can see, that one fading off into the close today on TWTR. I think on NVIDIA did the same thing. Let me just check that one. Yeah, so they, everything kind of popped up at the open on the gap up this morning, and then they kind of faded us off here into the close. If you look at the SPY action today, so, nice recovery here this morning by the bulls. They pushed us up. Then, like I said, the SPY trailed off. Now, this red line coordinates with the 20 SMA off my daily chart. They kind of use that as a support spot today, the 20 SMA off the daily, and they did push us up into the close here. So bulls defended the 279.78, and they did get us back over 280 into the close tonight. And we are just kind of hanging out right now as the shippers are going wild in the after hours tonight. So let's see what other news came out from the trade exchange in the after hours. We did get some earnings that came out. KBH came out with earnings after the bell tonight. KBH popping and holding up. They had a earnings per share beat by 3 cents, revenue miss on KBH. Somebody, by the way, asked me about trade exchange news. I'll answer in this video. They do have audio news throughout the day. So all these stories that you see that I'm telling you about, they audio all this news throughout the day. So it's really good service. Check it out. Jazz Pharmaceuticals had some news. Let's check it and see what's going on with that one. Popping up a little bit in the after hours. Ali, a discount store, I believe, moving down in the after hours. Earnings per share beat and revenue miss. All right, so here's a KBH with a beat by 3 cents, revenue miss, and that one was moving up. And here's Ali, earnings per share beat, revenue miss, and that one is moving down. GLBS, I showed you already. We're actually trading that one in the after hours. There's your crude oil numbers that came out, the API. AEZS had earnings that came out after the bell. Not much action in that one. MBRX, they're doing an offering, MBRX. So that stock selling down in the after hours tonight on MBRX. Let's see if there was anything else. It was pretty quiet after the in after hours news tonight. ATTO pricing 100 million of additional senior secured notes. And then some of your top insider purchases came out. Here's Eagle. That's another shipper. EGLE, insider purchase here. Don't see it doing much. Eagle bulk shipping not doing too much in the after hours at the moment. So that's kind of the standout one there on top insider purchases. Maybe it gets going tomorrow. Let me just check out DCIX again. Not really moving, and GLBS one last time. That one holding up above $4 because I'm in this one from the break of $3.50. So I'm just keeping my eye on it. Let me get this out of your way. Let's go ahead and go back to those sectors. So the KRE was up today. Nice rebound here for the bulls. Still a lot of work to do. The IBB was up a little bit, still below the 50 SMA. The IWM was up today, and we are trying to get back and hold above the 5 EMA on the IWM. You see it kind of stalled out there, and the 50 SMA is right there on the IWM. The transports, let's go through our numbers real fast. So we had the Dow Jones, that was up 140 points for the day. The transports were up 106. The NASDAQ up about 53 on the day. The S&P was up 20. Good day for the bulls. Nice comeback. Let's just look at the SPY chart real fast. Let's get off that one. It has too many lines on it. There we go. They did try to pop us up over the 10 SMA, but we closed right about at the 5 EMA here. So here's your 10 SMA. Some folks use the 8 EMA or the 9 EMA. I like the 10 SMA. Pretty similar in their pricing area. So they popped us up over it got to that 282 spot here on the SPY. We pulled back from it. The low today was 279.50. So we'll have to keep an eye on 280. We'll have to keep an eye on the lows from today, 279.56 area. We'll also keep an eye on the 20 SMA to see if they can hold that again for tomorrow. 279.78 is where the 20 20 SMA is now on the SPY daily. And of course, bulls want to take out this 282 spot for the bulls. If we go ahead and look at it on a 10-minute chart, here's the 10-minute chart. So here's your 20 SMA, and then here's that area we got up to today before kind of pulling back that 282 and change, 282.25 to be exact on the SPY. So some areas to watch for there on the SPY. And let's continue on. Let's look at some other areas. We looked at the IBB, the IWM we talked about. Let's look at the SMH, see what's going on there. Haven't looked at it in a while as far as the videos. So we're same thing, kind of holding above the 10 SMA, trying to hold that 5 EMA on the SMH. The Qs themselves holding above the 5 EMA and the 10 SMA on the Qs. We got as low today on the Qs, 178.14. So that 178 area is the area to watch, and we kind of pulled back from that 180. We got as high as 180.69, so we'll call it 181. On the Qs, all right? So some areas to watch on the Qs. Let's go ahead and check some sectors real fast. The XOP, the oil and exploration, was up 2% for the day. The XBI up almost 2%. The XLE, the energy sector ETF, up a little under 1.5%. XLF was up 1%, so a little bit better breadth in the market today. The XHE was the only sector down fractionally. Healthcare and equipment. As far as the Dow Jones stocks today, Disney coming back today. Disney after about 5-6 days down, Disney popping back up. Disney up 2% on the day. 3M up almost 2% on the day for that one. Visa was up 1.5% on the day for Visa, back above the 10 and the 5 EMA on that name. Let's get a look at the S&P 500, some stocks there. CCL, Carnival Cruise, had earnings today, not greeted nicely by Wall Street. That stock down over 9%, about 9% for the day on CCL. RCL, I believe, was down in sympathy also. Yes, it was. So RCL also down today. ABMD, this stock was down 9% on the day. And let's see what else was down. That's two of the big ones that were down today. Over in the NASDAQ, let's see, to the upside, BIIB. We actually traded this in the service today. We got in BIIB over 222.50. The stock moved up to 232. Now I wish I could tell you I held my shares and got $10 out of this, but I got about $2 out of it, and I did have a trader get about $4 out of it. But BIIB, we got in on this break of 222.50. Nice run up, nice recovery. They had announced a share repurchase program, gave a nice trade for today. So that was a big winner on the NASDAQ, up almost 6% on the day. Everything else kind of up 3% and so on for the day. Let's see. Like I said, that Hunt was up over 400% for the day, HUNT, followed by CTRM, another shipper. This one was up 107% on the day. You had SHIP up 28% on the day. Hexo in the cannabis space has a nice chart here, holding up very well. HEXO, so they're doing real well. That stock was up almost 8.5% on the day. This STNE software application stock, this one climbing again after their earnings gap up, holding up very well. Buyers stepped in on that one. Survey Monkey was up today. SVMK, big pop in this one for over 10% on SVMK. So that's some of your stocks that were moving today. Oh, Crone, CRON, had earnings this morning. Didn't really do much intraday, Cronus Group. They kind of pushed it down after the earnings came out. They reversed it back up. Then they sold it off again. It did close okay. It got back up to par, I guess. It held the 50 SMA on CRON, so good recovery there. CGC was kind of quiet today. Nothing much going on there. Like I said, Hexo looks about the best in the group right now. APHA, not much going on there today. ACB, trying to get back above the fast moving averages here on ACB. So here's your quick look at the heat map courtesy of FinViz. So a lot of green on our screens today. Apple down about 1%, Google down about a little over 0.5%, Amazon up 0.5%. So you could take a look at that. That's our Coca-Cola was up almost one and over 1.25% for the day on KO and Pepsi. More defensive names up today. You see Procter and Gamble climbing 1% today, but Apple was your weak stock today. Facebook up about 1% on the day. Microsoft was up just a bit. Some of the banks got some buying. You had Wells Fargo up almost 2%, JP Morgan up 1, Bank America up 1.25%. Calendar of events for tomorrow, Wednesday. We get the NBA mortgage applications. They come out at 7 a.m. We also get at 8:30 international trade goods. I don't know if how much that of a market mover that one's going to be. 10:30 we get the oil numbers coming out tomorrow. We get a little bit of Fed speak in the evening tomorrow night. All leading up to the GDP at 8:30 on Thursday. That's going to be an important number. GDP at 8:30 Thursday, the 28th. For your earnings before the bell, you got Paychex, Lennar, another home builder, LEN symbol there. Lulu after the bell tomorrow night, LULU. Five Below, FIVE symbol there. A couple of small stocks, RKDA and GEVO, reporting earnings after the bell tomorrow. This courtesy of Earnings Whisper. All right, so first thing is, keep an eye on all those shippers tomorrow. They're really moving. Shippers, for some reason, are going crazy, so keep your eye on those shippers tomorrow that we went over in the beginning of the video. BIOC will be on watch today. 26 million shares came into BIOC. CGEN looks like it's setting up here, has that $4 area up ahead. Let's see if it's doing anything after hours. Ticking up a little bit. CGEN, a biotech name. The daily has been basing here. Volume today, a little under 500,000 shares. So I'll have that one on watch. CPAH, nice push up here. Unbelievable push in CPHA, software application stock. So very nice candle, held most of the gains. Maybe we get a red to green. 1.6 million shares came into that one. Cronus Group held the 50 SMA. The high today on CRON was 2074. So let's see if this one wants to maybe make a move up tomorrow. And I'll be watching some of the other cannabis names too. That Hexo that I pointed out earlier. CTRM, this thing is going crazy in the after hours. Probably too extended now, but I'll have it on watch. Usually that hunt was very spready. This one had spreads in it. So if the shippers keep moving, I'll be watching, like EDRY is a shipper that's moving up and after hours. GLBS, I'm already in this one, holding up very well after hours. Let's see if there, PXS is kind of lagging right now, but another shipper you might want to keep an eye on. This RBZ, I didn't see any news on this thing, and after hours they closed it at 875. They pushed it all the way up to 1150. I don't know if anything's going to be going on in this thing tomorrow, but I saw this big move in the after hours, so I'll be watching that. SEAL, SEEL, gave us a nice trade in it. The first time I tried this today, SEEL, it popped up, it pulled back on me, so I had to get back out. Then we traded it as it came back up over this 310 spot, and the thing popped all the way up over 335. So I had to play this one twice, but it did a good job. Ship, once again, another shipper popping in the after hours. We'll see how they do tomorrow. SPI was moving up today, a pop in this one. Volume on it, about 650,000 shares. I didn't get a trade off in this one. one, but I'll be watching it tomorrow because all these little stocks are moving around. TBLT popping up a little bit in the after hours, moved up into the close. Didn't have a lot of volume in it, 854,000 shares. But as you can see, it's starting to turn the corner here on this name, maybe over that 182 spot or 185 spot for TBLT. Keep an eye on that. Tops is another shipper. Tesla, right? I've been talking about Tesla. I think if Tesla can get up over 271, could get interesting. Maybe we try to get back above the 10 SMA. If I tighten up this chart, I talked about this, how we're getting down near a support area where they like to bounce it. So Tesla looks interesting if they can take out the top of this candle area around 271, 271.50 for Tesla. UXIN was bouncing a little bit today, trying to get back above the 10 SMA, the light blue line you see here. Has that $4 area up ahead. I'll have it on watch. I didn't get a trade off in UXIN. It started popping right at the get-go, and I didn't want to chase it up, and it kind of just flagged, I guess, the rest of the day, just chopped around. ZGNX was moving up today. If you look at ZGNX, if it can get up over this 55.10 area, volume today 497,000, not the greatest volume in the world, but maybe if they get us over this $55 area on ZGNX, maybe we get a push up in that name. Another name that we actually traded in the service today a couple of times was DCAR. We're getting close to that Lyft IPO, which is going to be on Friday, so keep an eye on DCAR. Also keep an eye on HYRE. This was popping as we're getting closer to the Lyft IPO. JD.com had unusual call activity in it, mentioned today on CNBC also. So this one looks interesting. If we could take out the highs here of about 29.05 for JD.com. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. That's some of the stocks we'll be watching for tomorrow. Hope you have a good day trading tomorrow. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Help support this channel if you can. If you have any social media, retweet my videos out there on social media. Greatly appreciate it. Let's keep this channel growing. And thank you so much for all the thumbs up. And everybody have a good day trading tomorrow. This is Mike at zozostockwatch.com.